very honest, when you see your own work displayed and you see everyone cheering for the work, that is a completely, it's a golden moment for you. Animation takes time to come to life. It's not just a one-day job. It's like sometimes it takes years for people for you to send the message to everyone. So recently, I have been working on a project which I was working for 1.5 years, and now when it has got released, I feel really happy that wow, this is something good. Even though that 1.5 years you have been just telling people, yes, I'm working on a project, but then when it is out and people will see, they appreciate, that is something gives you, inspires you every day. To be very honest, it is not necessary to either choose science background, commerce background, or arts background for 3D animation. You can choose being a 3D animator whenever you want. You just need to have a little bit of basic body mechanics, the understanding of the software, and the understanding of how the anatomy of a person works, or of a creature works. There are times where people pursues any bachelor's degree in, say, suppose commerce. Say for I mean, if I talk about myself, I am myself a BCom graduate, bachelor's in commerce from Calcutta University. But at the same time, I was doing my diploma course parallelly. So, and that is why I choose 3D animation as a career path, because I really loved it. Yes, if you want to get a bachelor's degree as an animator, you can go to any art colleges, because that career path starts from after class 12. So class 11, for class 11 and 12, all you need to do is practice drawing every day. And in today's time, students kids are so smart. They know Photoshop, softwares like Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator. So at a very young age, they started working on softwares like these, which we were not able to. But yes, I would say if you are eligible to do that, if you have the resources, please start with that. So see, diploma courses like institutes provide diploma courses. Say for example, there's Arena Animation, there is this Mac Studio. Uh, a universal studio, I would say, is Animation Mentor. These are few places where you can go and get your diploma degree. That is enough for today's time. But I don't know, maybe gradually while we proceed forward, there are studios that look forward for a bachelor's degree in arts and science, because they prefer animators to be good in drawing. Specified courses, you can check out Animation Mentor. Again, I said, Arena, Mac. These are the ones that provide you online courses, offline courses, as well as a hands-on experience to the industrial work also. It is not necessary to get into an internship, but I would really suggest that an internship will give you a hands-on experience how the industry or the studio pipeline works. So, and then it will also help you to build your own network. Starting with a little bit of drawing, yes. Drawings, I mean, hand drawing could also do, graphics drawing you could also do. See, you just need to have to know about how the posing of a character is, a person standing straight will, I mean, in usual days, we never stand straight, right? So your drawing should also be a story, be a part of the storytelling. So why I'm saying drawing, because animation is not just computer graphics. So it's basically a combination of everything, like a drawing, a little bit of modeling things, a clay model thing, about a little bit of acting, a little bit of camera movements, camera angles. So all of this fall into media. All of this comes into media. So you just need to be specific about these parts of learning. There are people who are not good with drawing, but students starting at a very early age knowing about this industry should go for drawing. Communication skills are very much necessary. You have to be good in anatomy study. You need to understand the body mechanics, how it works, like a human body mechanic, how it works. Because nowadays we have upgraded ourselves from the cartoony animation to a realistic animation. So now people, a very good example is Spider-Verse. there they have kind of tried to put in a realistic body mechanics. So you need to get upgraded with, you need to be updated with the currently going on trends of animation. The 12 principles of animation, which you would study when you start with your 3D animation career. For a 3D animator, it is important that you know softwares like Maya, Blender. Unreal Engine is in market right now. Cinema 4DX, and also a little bit of stop motion would be good. And to be creative every day, you have to know how what is the recent trend that is going on, what are the projects that you have been working on already, and how you can enhance your own work. Sometimes it is a little back and forth because you are doing some work, you are trying to convey your own way of storytelling, but then the client wants something else. So yes, you have to sometimes keep aside your own ideas and then work as per the client. But at the same time, that is also kind of a learning because you get to know what is the thought process of the client, because then again the whole thing ends up to how you are conveying the message, how you are showing everyone and sending the equal and the same message to a mass audience. I keep on seeing that. Like every day, I give some time to see how what is the recent going trend in today's time. What sometime you have to give yourself to building your profile apart from 9 to 5 job. At the same time, see, it's not just a one person job. I would say there is a whole lot of team. They convey the ideas so nicely. They would brief you so easily that it is not at all tough for you to do. It's just that you need to, enact. Sometimes, yes, you have to be a good actor also to know how the body mechanics and how things work. So, stop motion is basically capturing things like just frame by frame. I think that is one of the classic animations, but nowadays people don't use it much. But if you have the learnings about it, that is completely a cherry above the cake. Pay scale actually completely depends on what studio you are going in. If it is a startup, they might have a small projects, so the pay scale might vary to maybe 20 to 25K somewhat for a fresher. And then gradually, if you switch, or if you keep building up your profile, the increment and the appraisal will happen that way. But if you're going to a good studio, like a better studio, like say suppose Disney, but Disney, DreamWorks, Brown Bag, these are few companies which are good. But sometimes it is really hard for a fresher to get into these studios because they are always looking for junior animators or junior artists. They don't want freshers because then again a fresher has to made understand how the pipeline works. So I believe if you have a very good chance to get into it, I think 30K would completely fine. Will be completely fine for a pay scale to start. But today's industry standard for a fresher, I believe it's 20 to 25K for a small studio. There is one CG Society. There is Behance. There is LinkedIn itself, where you can follow studios and animation studios and the animators itself to learn the current going trend and how the industry is getting updated. So there are few forums where you can actually put in your work and communicate with the animators. An advice would be that you have been given a good amount of time to complete a project. You just need to stick with the deadline, and you need to give equal amount of time every day. Yes, sometimes it might happen that you are unable to put in equal amount of effort, but I think as the deadline, as you proceed towards the deadline, there is a tight schedule. You will yourself work extra for it, and I think towards the deadline you're always extended, always. But after you have met the deadline, things get very much relaxed, and it's like just a new day for you. When you start with the career, you get started with it, you have a good certification, you have a good hands-on experience. you have a good portfolio, because if you do internships, you will have few projects in your name also. Like you'll have credit, you'll have name in the credit scores of the shows that you have worked on while you have been doing your internship. Like if you are going for a freelance, you just need to have a good network for freelance, because people generally don't put given freelance very easily, because they kind of have those trust issues also. But I would suggest that if you are going for an industry for a full-time job, then there are times when you can get on a, I mean, try to get a 9 to 5 job, and then at the same time try to go for freelancing, because it will give you two types of experiences, scheduled also, and something that where you directly communicate with the client. Pay scale actually completely depends on what studio you are going in. If it is a startup, they might have small projects, so the pay scale might vary to maybe 20 to 25K somewhat for a fresher. And then gradually, if you switch, or if you keep building up your profile, the increment and the appraisal will happen that. But if you're going to a good studio, like a better studio, like say suppose Disney, but Disney, DreamWorks, Brown Bag, these are few companies which are good. But sometimes it is really hard for a fresher to get into these studios, because they are always looking for junior animators or junior artists. They don't want freshers, because then again a fresher has to made understand how the pipeline works. In today's time, 3D animation is building up. You see the AR, the VR, these are the kind of realities that are anyways enhancing in today's world, and people are getting a hands-on experience to the augmented reality today. As a freelancer, I would say you need to firstly build up your profile and build a good network. LinkedIn is a very good platform to build a good network. You can keep animating shorts in bits and keep posting it. Sometimes you can tag, if you have taken a certain idea from someone, some other animator or senior animator, you can tag in, you can build up your own connections. That's where you can give freelancing a start. You have to build a strong demo reel. By demo reel, I mean to say, your animation portfolio should have a character who is acting, with a dialogue, doing some actions, or an object that is animated. But you have to then again convey the idea what the object is. If it is a bouncing ball, it has to be animated that way. If it is a metal ball, that you have to send the characteristics also to your through the animation. Along with that, a strong demo reel would have a good communication skills and a little bit of drawings if you have. If you are very much good in drawing, I would really suggest you should try for this. There are a lot many myths, the projects are not there, there is no income, there is no certain income. But that's not true. The work has always been delivered, and if you are very much passionate enough, you can definitely get through it. Firstly, there is a tight deadline that you have to meet. You have to work under pressure. But after every storm, there is a silence. After every pressurized deadline, there is always a relaxing time where you can explore. You can learn more about the same project or the upcoming project that you have been assigned to. Apart from that, I think you just need to get go. You just need to go with the flow, because sometimes it happens that you have been doing things continuously. You get bored about the project. You don't want to do, but then again you have to do. You don't have any choice about that.